I'm going to be roasting some delicata squash, and this is one of our favorite squashes to have because you eat it skin and all except for the seeds inside. I've already cut up one of these delicata squash. I've got two that I'm going to roast for us in the air fryer. But so I've cut the first one up. They're shaped like this, and I've cut the first one up into just ring slices. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the inside seeds, and I use a knife to do that. I just kind of go around the inside, and they come out really easily. I just kind of scrape them out with a knife, and then this is what I will roast. So I'm going to do all of these, and then I'm going to put it on roasting trays, and I'll show you all that. But it cuts pretty easily through, so I use a cleaver usually, and I take off as small a part of the end as I can so I don't waste much of it. So that part I'm going to throw away, and then the rest I will do up in rings. And so I try to space them evenly apart and go down through slicing them. So there's one ring and another ring. Now this one came out very differently. The seeds inside look different than this one. So I actually got a piece that it almost is de-seeded in itself. So again, it's just a matter of taking the knife and just brushing the inside of the ring to get off the extra part. All right, so this ring is ready from one squash and this ring is ready from another. I'm gonna keep de-seeding this, and then I'll show you the next stage. All right, I have the rings all ready for baking, except for seasoning them. And so I thought I would show you that. I'm going to use some salt and some garlic powder, and I think I'll just keep it simple like that. Salt and garlic powder. So, and I don't have to use any fat on them. Just gonna go over them lightly with some salt. Okay, and then same thing with the garlic powder. Just give them a dusting of garlic powder, each one here. And then they will go into the air fryer to do their roasting in there. Okay, so salt and garlic powder. All right, now for going in the air fryer. And that I have right over here. I know you can't see into it. I'll move around enough so you can see it sitting right here. This is my air fryer. I got 3 trays on top that I'm not using, but I'm gonna slide in these 2 trays, space them out. And I know from using this air fryer for a long time that the tray on top will tend to brown sooner than the tray on bottom. So I will switch the trays partway through. I'll just keep an eye on them baking. I don't even know exactly how long I bake them. I think I'm going to start it for maybe, well, let's close the door and hit the power button. And it automatically is set on 370 and it says 15 minutes. So I'm going to bump the time down to 10 minutes, and then I'll check it in 10 minutes and see if I want to flip the trays. And maybe I'll show you what they look like when I flip them. We'll see. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll flip them and you won't see until I finish baking. But what I will put up here is some information about delicata squash. And I will also, in the description box of this video, I will put some links to maybe recipes to the delicata squash or something. I try to pack my videos with resource links so that people can find out more information about the health benefits of something, or if I've mentioned something when I'm making a video. So there will be information in the description box of this video. Anyway, I'm going to hit start, and now it's just working. Actually, what I'll do is I will put a link to my air fryer in the description box because I have this air fryer and both of my daughters have this air fryer, and I love it because it comes with 5 of these trays, and I use this air fryer for all kinds of things. I can bake an 8x8 casserole in it. I use it for making my sourdough cookies. That's another, not cookies, sorry, sourdough crackers. And having 5 trays to kind of do the final bake on the sourdough crackers is really helpful to me. I dehydrate things in it. I've gotten a lot of use out of this particular air fryer, so I will link to that in the description box as well. All right, I have checked the Delicata Squash after it ran for 10 minutes in the air fryer, and it didn't change any color on the top tray. But now I'll show you the top tray after I ran it another 10 minutes, and it's perfection. So I'm actually going to take this tray out and let it set aside and cool. And I'm going to move the other tray up a little in the rack and I'll probably give it another, see this tray doesn't have as much color. So I'm going to just move it up a little higher in the system here and give that maybe, I'm not going to give it a full 10 minutes, I don't think. Probably going to check it after 7 minutes. And it's got a standard set temperature when I turn this on of 370. So I'm just going to leave it at that temperature because that's what I ran that tray at. And then I'll check this in 7 minutes and let you see how that came out. Okay, the next tray is done. 7 minutes was perfect. So I'm going to pull that out. And we've got the Delicata Squash, both trays done to have a nice golden brown kiss on them. Now what I'm going to do is get out a storage box and a marker and some masking tape so that I can label this. I did not have a specific meal in mind for these. I just cooked them up ahead of time so that I could be kind to my future self. Having these already cooked and in the fridge for when I'm in a hurry to put a meal on is going to be very helpful to me. And actually most of the time I'm in a hurry to put a meal on. So I like to have some things sitting in the fridge that are just easy to throw together. And Delicata Squash I find enjoyable to eat hot or cold. I like it on top of salads or as a side dish. It just fills out a plate beautifully because the presentation is so interesting. You know, this is a pretty vegetable to serve. It's also very healthy. All right, so I'm gonna put a masking tape label on it, Delicata, and that's all I'm gonna write on here. I know it's fairly easy to see in the box, but it's easier to see on the label. And then it's just gonna sit here in the fridge and wait for me for the next time I have to throw something on in a hurry. So now I just need to clean up this, and that's my Delicata Squash presentation.